Hello, story explorers, and welcome. Today we're going on an adventure to a faraway land to hear the story of Li Wei and the Magic Paintbrush. It's one of my favorites, and I think you're gonna love it.
But first, I have a question for you. I want you to just imagine for a second. What if you had a paintbrush and every single thing you painted, poof, suddenly became real? What would you draw? Keep that amazing idea in your head, because that's exactly what our story is about today. Ready? Let's go.
All right, our story starts a long time ago. Let's meet the hero of our tale, a very special boy named Li Wei. Now, you see, Li Wei didn't live in a big castle. He didn't have a big box of toys or lots of fancy clothes. He was just a kind boy from a small village. But oh, he had the biggest imagination. He loved to draw more than anything in the world. He'd use a stick to draw in the dirt, or his finger to draw on a dusty window. He could find a way to draw anywhere.
But Li Wei's ordinary life was about to get a little bit magical. One night, when the moon was shining bright, a surprise was on its way.
So, imagine this. An old, wise traveler with twinkling eyes saw Li Wei drawing. He saw how much passion the boy had and how kind his heart was. So he reached into his bag and pulled out a paintbrush. It looked like a very simple, plain wooden paintbrush, but it was anything but ordinary.
The traveler handed the brush to Li Wei and whispered three little words: "Use it wisely." And then, just like that, he vanished into the night. Whoosh, gone. Li Wei was left standing there, holding this mysterious brush, wondering, what on earth did he mean?
Well, he couldn't wait another second to find out. He ran inside, dipped the brush into a little bit of water, and on a small piece of paper, he painted the first thing that popped into his head. He painted a little bird, just about to sing a song.
And then, you're not gonna believe this. The little painted bird ruffled its feathers, it hopped on the page, and it flew! It really flew right off the paper and out the window. Can you imagine? Li Wei's jaw dropped. The paintbrush, it was magic, for real.
Okay, his heart was beating so fast he had to try again. This time his tummy was rumbling, so he painted a big, yummy bowl of hot, steaming rice.
And poof! It happened again. The painting lifted right off the page, and there it was, a real bowl of rice on his table, all warm and delicious. Wow! This was the most incredible gift in the whole world. Now, if you had this power, what would you do? Paint a giant mountain of ice cream? I might. Well, Li Wei could have done that, but he remembered what the travelers said. Use it wisely. And because he was so kind, he knew exactly what to do. You know what he did? He didn't keep the magic a secret. He ran right out into his village. For the farmers, he painted strong tools to help them work. For hungry people, he painted baskets full of fresh fruit. And for the other kids, he painted amazing, colorful kites that they could fly high in the sky. He was painting happiness for everyone.
Uh-oh. You know, news about something that amazing travels really fast. And soon, word of the magic paintbrush reached the palace of the ruler of the land. And this ruler, well, he was not very nice at all.
I mean, look at this. They were total opposites. Li Wei was kind and clever and loved helping people. The ruler, he was just greedy and demanding. He didn't care about anyone else. He only loved one thing: gold, gold, and more gold.
So the ruler's guards came crashing into the village. They grabbed Li Wei and took him to the palace. The ruler sat on his big throne and boomed, "Paint for me, boy! Paint me a mountain of gold!"
Oh no. Li Wei knew he couldn't give this selfish ruler what he wanted, but he was also too scared to say no. So, what do? Well, Li Wei wasn't just kind, he was also very clever, and he came up with a brilliant plan.
Okay, so check this out. The ruler demanded gold, right? So Li Wei started to paint a giant, beautiful blue sea. The ruler got so mad. "Where is my gold?" he shouted. Li Wei just calmly said, "Oh, it's on an island across the sea." So the ruler demanded a ship. Li Wei painted a big, fancy golden ship. The ruler and his men were so excited, they jumped right into the painting and started to sail away.
But just as the ship got to the middle of the painted ocean, Li Wei picked up his magic brush one last time. And with a big swoosh, he painted a giant, wild, stormy wave. The painted storm crashed over the golden ship, and washed that greedy ruler and all his men far, far away until they disappeared completely, and they were never, ever seen again.
So you see, the paintbrush was amazing for sure. But the real magic of the story wasn't just the brush. It was Li Wei's kindness and his cleverness and his courage to do the right thing. That was the real power.
And that's the end of Li Wei's story, but it's just the beginning for your imagination. Now it's your turn to think.
Let's have a super quick quiz. First, what was the magical gift the old traveler gave Li Wei? Yep, a magic paintbrush. Okay, next one. What did he paint to help his friends in the village? That's right, food and tools and kites. And last one, how did our clever hero stop the greedy ruler? He painted a giant storm and washed him away. You guys are amazing listeners.
Okay, so back to our big question. If you had that magic paintbrush and you wanted to be kind like Li Wei, what is the very first thing you would paint to help somebody? Really think about it. It's a fun thing to dream about, isn't it?
Well, what a trip to China that was. Don't forget to grab your adventure passport and fill out the page for this story. It's so much fun to look back and remember all the cool places we've been together.
I had so much fun sharing the story of Li Wei with you today. If you want to hear more amazing stories from all over our incredible world, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye!